What's going on, guys? Jeff here. Welcome back to the channel and to another episode, the monthly review, of course, where we have a look back at the month of December, having a look at how bad I've been doing, which, yeah, it's been a bad month, but most importantly, having a look at how amazing you guys have been doing. And although I don't really look at the collections, I like to leave it as a surprise. I can see that the Discord's been going a bit mental with those monthly collections, so I'm really looking forward to kind of going through it. Apologies, of course, for the lack of uploads as of late. As I've mentioned a couple of times, I really haven't been very well, and due to my job, I do have to work all the way through Christmas as well, which has been very difficult. It's kind of put a halt on a lot of the ideas I had. Some really good ideas for some end of year stuff, game of the year type videos, which is why I asked everyone to give me their top 5. It just hasn't come to fruition. There's still time. Maybe I'll put something out in the next couple of days just to kind of scratch off the year. We'll see how it goes, but things are just a little bit hectic. I just didn't want to miss out on the monthly review, of course. But yeah, without further ado, let's do this. So before we move over to PSN profiles and have a look at what I've done through the month of December, which isn't a lot, let's face it, which you're going to find out, there is something I wanted to discuss real quick. Now, it was something I was going to do a whole video around, but due to kind of time and things now and not being able to get around to it, I thought I would squeeze it in on today's video. For those who aren't in the Discord, what I'd actually done is through December, I thought a good idea to kind of give back, as the Discord and everything that's happening wouldn't be what it is without all of you guys. I did want to give something back. And what I'd done is asked for everyone to send me a direct message with a person that they felt deserved the award. Now, that could be for a number of reasons. It could be how kind of influential they are in the chat, how encouraging they are. It might be that they've jumped in and helped people boost or assist with games, just general tips. It could just be general chatter, whatever the reason may be. I asked people to come forward, give me a name, their reason for that, and then I was willing to give someone £50, just to give back, just so that you guys feel valued as well, because I think that that's absolutely deserved. Now, before I go into the comments, because I do want to read them out, I'm going to keep it anonymous, but I do want you guys to know what your fellow peers think of you, because I do think it's really nice, to be fair. Yeah, before we do that, and again, kind of doing this anonymously, 3 people in particular, who shall not be named, but I think it's absolutely amazing, did come forward, basically saying what I was looking to do was really good, and they also wanted to put £10 forward themselves. So initially, someone had come forward, offering £10 to give to like second place, just so the second number of votes had won something. Someone else kind of jumped on that, so we agreed then that second place would get £20, and then we had a third person who wanted to sort of split their £10, meaning the winner would get 55, second place would get 25. So it was just an amazing gesture, and I can't thank you 3 enough. It was unbelievable. But yeah, as you guys know, obviously Rob, the absolute machine, the legend, come out as a favourite, and I can totally see why. Such an unbelievable guy. And then our very own Mark, MI8 player as well, coming up with the second number of votes. And it just goes to show how many amazing people that we have in the Discord, because there was votes for so many different people and quite a few votes for each of those people as well. So it really kind of shows the impact that you've had in everyone. So what I'm going to do, we're going old school. I've got my phone out. I don't want to put Discord on the screen, because the whole point of this is I don't want you guys to see who sent these messages. So if I do read them and they sound a little bit cryptic or it's not worded the best, it's probably because I'm leaving certain details out that might give away who it is. So I don't know, this one you might get it straight away. So this was a vote for Mark, okay? This was a vote for Mark, and I've had to ask why they voted for Mark. Because he's a big cutie sweetheart and deserves good things. He is, to be fair, he is a big cutie sweetheart. I agree with that. But yeah, that was kind of the first vote that came in, and yeah, I think it's absolutely lovely. So yeah, let me have a look at these, because again, I don't want to sort of fly through it and then read something where it gives it away, who it is. So the second one is for Rob. So hey Jangus, I would like to nominate Rob the Machine for the end of year reward. He's always around with words of welcome, support, congratulations for everyone, always getting involved. And then they've got to say, but I mean, really, asking us to pick a deserving person from this server was cruel. There's so many. So again, they've identified straight away. It's such a difficult task to do because we do have some, some absolute legends in the server. There's no doubt about that. But yeah, lovely words for our very own Rob the Machine. So another vote here. This was actually for Safakot, who's just been made mod today. Congratulations, Safakot, and he's going to actually be helping me out with the spreadsheet from now on. So my good friend Leggy, just due to real life stuff, is quite busy, and it's something he's not going to be able to maintain. So I've approached Safakot, who I know is an absolute genius, and he's going to hopefully help me out in that department. More than happy for you to put your own spin on it as well, buddy, if you want to jazz it up a little, and we can look at different formats. I'm open to suggestions. But yeah, the reason for Safakot here, always in the chat, very helpful, and a skilled gamer as well. See, people recognizing. And then the next one, what have we got here? Okay, so casting my vote to MI8 player. Overall super positive person, and always makes me feel heard when everyone else straight up ignores me sometimes. We're really sorry, we don't mean to ignore you. I think it's at a point now where the Discord is quite busy, so sometimes comments are getting a little bit flooded. But yeah, like I say, MI8 player, super positive person. It's great to hear, isn't it? Excellence was a close second for similar reasons. They're both great for the trophy community. So that was a very, very nice comment indeed. Another one here, going to drop my vote in for Rob, as he's always very positive when he's around in the server. Totally agree. Absolutely couldn't agree more. Another one here, another vote for Rob the Machine. Always one of the first to congratulate someone on a plat, and overall just a nice guy. I couldn't agree more. I really couldn't. So another one for Safakot here. Such an amazing guy, always willing to go out of their way to help anyone with any trophies that they can help with. He's honestly a massive legend, and I'm thankful he's my friend. That is very, very nice. Love those words. That is very, very nice indeed. Yeah, sorry again, guys, if I'm just kind of waffling through this and it's a bit all over, but it was hard to kind of structure this, to be fair. But again, I did want you guys to sort of hear it and know what people think, because it is really lovely, to be fair. So we've got another one here. I want to vote for Molly. She's always so nice. Not a lot of words, but yeah, I couldn't agree more. Absolutely couldn't agree more. And someone here is just outright saying, give the money to Safakot. Just not a real reason, just give the money to Safakot. Kind guy. So, yeah, love to see it. Love to see it. Another one here, my vote for end of the year is excellence. Call of Duty milestone sticks in my mind, and for some reason I feel like he should win. And he's a legend. Come on, you could have chucked that in there, but yeah, absolute legend. Our very own excellence. What else? Just kind of going through my direct messages here, guys, so apologies if I'm taking my time. So I'll give my vote to Flick, because known him longest in the server since I joined. I've seen him always willing to help anyone with any game they want, including myself. Excuse me. So that might give you a little tip on that one, Flick. Can I read this next part? Will it maybe give it away? Yeah, I think the next bit's going to give it away, so we'll keep it there. But yeah, always willing to help, Flick. So yeah, you are an absolute legend. Okay, another one. I'd like to give my vote to Rob. Reason, because he's helped me in boosting games previously. And then I can't say the next bit because it's going to give it away. That's enough, I think, on that one. Sorry, I'm not reading full comments out. Another vote for excellence. Cool guy, always friendly to others. Very nicely said. And then, I might need to scroll up a bit further here. This person has been speaking to me a little bit longer. because they were one of the amazing people who came forward and was willing to give £10 of their hard-earned money. Okay, so my vote goes to Rob. He might not be as active in the Plat chat, but he's one of the kindest and most warm-hearted members of the server. He's always willing to lend a hand and offer advice too, which is unbelievable. So, yeah, I definitely can't read this first line out. That gives it away too much. Can we skip it in a... So another vote for Flick, which you'll be very happy to hear. Flick, of course, overall, just a good and helpful guy in the server. Had some great platinums over these couple of months. So yeah, another vote for Flick. Absolutely love it. Who have we got here? So we've got another vote for Rob, because he's always been a very wonderful member. And now mod. He's very kind, friendly and helpful to anyone in the server with encouragement, engagement and so many game recommendations. Very well said. Very well said indeed. Right. Oh, I'm going to scroll up a bit further. Yeah, I'm probably not going to be able to say all of this one, I don't think, either. Or saying that, can I? I would like to vote for Molly, please. She's been constant on the server since I joined and on the mod team from the start. She's always welcoming and friendly and one of the first to reply to anyone and everyone. She's very supportive with it helping boost games and motivation. Got to know them better over my time here, and I can't read. What's happening to me? What is happening to me? It's because as I'm reading it, there are little sections, there's little snippets in it where I know it's going to give it away, so I'm trying to read it while skipping bit without it sounding messy, but I realised that it's already got to that point. But yeah, Molly gets the vote. I can't read the next bit, I'm so sorry, Molly, but yeah, you can kind of see that it's a lovely comment. So we've got another vote here. Who is this one for? It's this person I've been chatting to about Final Fantasy, so now I can't actually see the message where they voted. I think we might need to scroll up a little bit for this one. Okay, so we've got a vote for excellence again, because he's always willing to help. Quite simple, straight to the point, but yeah, not wrong. Not wrong at all. And then okay, so we've got a vote for Alex, so it has to be Alex, thrown together by Flick. It's giving it away. I want to say it, but it's going to give it away too much. It's going to give it away. I can't say the next bit, but ultimately they have voted for Alex, and they've chucked Flick in as a second, which is absolutely awesome. Like I say, it's been very hard, to be fair, to pick someone. You know, there's so many great people, as we've said, but yeah, it's very, very difficult. Right, and then I think this was actually the last one, but I am going to have to come up a little bit, because again we've been talking a little bit about Super Meat Boy, so that could give this away a little tip, but let me find the message. Oh dear, how far away is this? Okay, right. Good morning, legend. I respect it. Don't mind being called a legend. I'm not, but thank you. I vote for Molly. Oh, I can't say this next bit. You know it is then. I vote for Molly. Very active in the Discord. Always friendly to newcomers. Shows reacts to players' plats with positive comments and emojis. So yeah, I've skipped a little section out, as I think that's gonna sort of give that away. But yeah, again, it's probably been a bit messy listening to me waffle on and kind of stumble through that. But I did think it was nice for you guys to know, you know, what people are saying. I think it's great. So yeah, with that out the way, let's move on to my December, which isn't going to take long to talk about. Here we go then. This isn't going to take long. Right, through the stats then, because they haven't changed an awful lot. No platinums in December. Not one. Not one at all. After I had a good November and then said I wanted to build upon it. Yeah, December's been not very good. So we'll fly through the stats anyway. We'll have a little look at the games that I've been playing. and then we'll move on to the good stuff, which is you guys, of course. So trophy level 684, total trophy 16,772. We're still on 432 platinums, my last one being Art of Rally, which is a while ago now. 2,987 gold, 3,743 silver, 9,610 bronze. We've now got 514 games played, 410 of those completed to 100%. The completion rate now 94.03, which has dropped down a little bit because of I've started a few games, which we'll have a look at. A few games have added DLC, like Far Cry 6, for example. I think Valhalla might have thrown a few more trophies in since. I'm pretty certain it did, in fact. So yeah, it's kind of brought this down, but we'll build it back up, not a problem. I'm not going to be starting anything new now until Forspoken and Hogwarts Legacy, so hopefully I've got my games finished before then. Unearned trophies 1,141. The next goal is just to get that back under 1,000, or to the point where I can start a new game and it not keep jumping back over the 1,000 mark. We've got 5.64 trophies a day, which is slowly dropping just because I'm not playing these easy games anymore. I still haven't since August, and my gaming has been very minimal as of late due to not being well, and also with work, of course. 4,013 views, it's still ticking over, which is nice. World rank 4,811, and we're now 552nd in the UK, which we can see is completely just plummeting because of not playing quite as much. So yeah, we'll scroll down, and what is a little bit easier, I don't know if you've noticed, the camera seems like it's maybe a little further away, a little higher up, but I've actually put it somewhere different. I used to sit it on top of my laptop, but what I was finding is when I was leaning in and typing or moving the laptop around, the camera was wobbling a little bit. So, and I don't know if anyone else had noticed it, but I'd seen it on a few videos where it had a bit of a shake, and it was just frustrating me. So we've kind of moved it now, it's somewhere fixed, so hopefully there's none of that. Yeah, and you can see a bit more, I suppose, so it's always a bit better, isn't it? So we'll kind of come down to there. So Art of Rally, there you go, platinum 17th of November, so I haven't had one since then. And we're also going to ignore Demon Souls and Tony Hawk's as well, because although I am actively playing them, I haven't had a trophy in December, so they've just kind of been sat there until I get a grip really of the games that I'm about to talk about. So obviously playing God of War like everyone, I've completed the story now. I absolutely loved it. I'm still on the fence as to whether I enjoyed it more than the 2018 God of War. I don't know if that is because it was just more of the same. I don't know. Maybe you guys can let me know what your thoughts were. I'm still debating whether it was even Game of the Year for me. I know I'm in the minority here, but I feel like I had more fun playing Horizon than I did God of War. And I love Norse mythology, and the fact that they brought all of this in with Thor and with Odin, it's literally everything I love, but I just felt like I was playing the same game again. Which isn't a bad thing, the 2018 God of War is one of my favourites ever, it's in my top 10, but at least with Horizon, I felt like it evolved a little bit. There was a bit more going on in terms of it allowed you to go underwater, you could fly, there was just added game mechanics, and I know that there was a little bit with Ragnarok, some of the things you could do that weren't in the first game. I don't want to talk about it too much for those who haven't played, but like what Atreus can do. There was just moments where, although the game was near perfect, I felt like it had pacing issues. Just when it started to pick up, the game would then stop and you would be kind of made to play. Can I say it? Is the game old enough to talk about? I'm going to say it. If you haven't played God of War yet, skip it on a couple of minutes. Just keep skipping until you see me move the screen up. Yeah, I just felt like when it moved to Atreus, although it was quite interesting, the game picked up, and then I'm playing as Atreus, talking to Angrboda for like 2 hours, picking up fruit. I didn't want to do that. Didn't want to do it. But the game was great. I just felt like there was some moments where it just kind of slammed the brakes on a little bit, where it probably didn't need it. And that's just my opinion. FIFA 23, bit of a slow burn. I'm normally very quick to platinum these games, as you guys know. I platinum all the FIFAs, but I just don't like it anymore, and I can't bring myself to finish it. There's some really grindy trophies left, and I honestly just can't be bothered. I will do it, but there's just not been any kind of immediate rush for me. But I'll slowly do it over the next couple of months. Need for Speed Unbound I started, so yeah, a lot of games started in December, as you can see. I love my driving games. I'd finished Art of Rally, so I kind of replaced that with another car game. It was going to be Hot Wheels, but because this was due to come out, I thought I'll do this first, maybe do Hot Wheels after. Really enjoying it so far. I thought I was going to hate all the anime effects and the weird kind of cartoony style, but it's actually quite cool, quite fresh. At least I've tried to change it up a little bit. The story is very meh, nothing's really happening. It is just race after race. The same thing, getting 3 stars on activities in the open world, crashing through billboards. It hasn't really reinvented itself or done anything different, but it looks cool, and I love cars, and yeah, so that's good enough for me. Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII, which was I did a video on, it was my last video. I'd only recently started it. I have done a little bit more since. We're only around chapter 4, I haven't done too much, and that's just because of how busy I have been. And then when I have had chance to game, I've been playing a mixture of stuff. I've tried to balance my time across all of them so they're all kind of progressing, rather than just playing one game and abandoning the others completely. So yeah, kind of chipping away at it, really enjoying it so far. As I mentioned on that video, I was not lucky enough to have a PSP back in 2007, so I didn't actually play it. And obviously Final Fantasy VII, as you guys know, is my favourite game of all time. Final Fantasy being my greatest series, so it was just perfect timing for them to bring this out, and I'm really looking forward to the rest of it. Although I know the story like the back of my hand, most people do now, it's going to be great to play it on PS5. The Last of Us Part 1 was a bit of a spontaneous thing, actually. I wasn't actually planning on buying it just yet. I was one of those people that thought the price was a bit ridiculous for what it was. But in short, because the TV series is coming in the middle of January, and me and Becky are going to watch it together. She's never seen the game, so I wanted to show her it, and yes, I could have just booted up the PS4 remaster. I wanted her to see it in the best possible way. Yeah, it was 50 quid I could have avoided spending, but thought why not? And at the same time, I can go for another platinum as well, so that one won't take too long to do. And then we come to Super Meat Boy, which says January. I did pop some trophies in December, so I'm going to talk about it anyway. We're making progress. We're making a little bit of progress with it, little by little. I still very much doubt I'm going to be able to do it. As you guys, some of you joined, I don't know everyone who came in, but I did my first little stream yesterday on Twitch, obviously for Super Meat Boy, so you guys could watch some of the no death runs, and we managed to pop Brimstone Boy on stream. So hopefully you were in there when when that happened. But if you don't know where I'm at with it at the moment, I've just kind of filtered it in sort of rarity order, and I've done it from PSN rather than PSN profiles. So we'll quickly adjust that. But yeah, so we're making good progress, and obviously Brimstone Boy now being my rarest trophy ever, which is amazing. So yeah, this is what we've got left. So we're looking at the Rapture Light world. I know technically if we're doing light then dark throughout the worlds, that Missile Boy should have been done before Brimstone Boy, but I know how difficult Missile Boy is, so I looked at the rarity order instead. Thought we'd go with the light worlds of both Hell and the Rapture first. So yeah, I'm kind of at a point now I'll probably do a stream again where I'm going to have to kind of get used to the levels, I think, a bit like I did with Hell. I played them through a few times, found out which was the ones that I struggled with the most. I'd written them down, sort of those awkward levels to do first, and then just went through the others. We got a good pattern together in the end, I feel. And yeah, we managed to kind of box it off live, which was awesome. I was absolutely elated, of course. But yeah, we'll just keep chipping away, and hopefully it can be done by April. But I don't think it's going to be. It's too hard. It really is too hard. There's no way I'm doing, Cotton Alley without dying. Absolute no chance. You've got to be some kind of machine to do that. But yeah, that's kind of my month. Bit of a weak one. I haven't had a lot of time, as I say. But yeah, without further ado, we move over to the good stuff. To the good stuff then. So to December's monthly platinum collections, which is probably going to take me an absolute eternity because, and I love to see it, but yeah, loads of people have got involved this month, and a load of you have obviously platinumed a million games, unlike me. So yeah, I'm going to try and get through this as quickly as I can whilst also still making sense. So yeah, if I am speaking a bit quicker than usual, I can only apologise for that. I mean, I probably could take a bit more time with it as we won't have the leaderboard at the end as we normally do, which I will explain kind of as we go on. I know I touched a little bit on it with kind of Safracot taking over, but yeah, we will touch on that a little bit towards the end. So starting us off is Leon, clearly the greatest month of all time with 1 platinum, cheeky tongue out emoji. In all seriousness, Deliver Us the Moon was definitely a good experience and would recommend to anyone who hasn't played it and wants a mostly chill short game. So yeah, just the 1 platinum, but it's 1 more than me, Leon, so well played, my friend. Then we've got the machine himself, right? I can't wait to read this story out. Can't wait. Just as I've got my voice back, Rob, from being unwell, I'm probably going to lose it again, aren't I, reading all this? So, I hope everyone has had a great Christmas and New Year. Certainly did. I hope all of you have as well, guys. 7 plats this month. Just 7, Rob. Only 7. You're slacking, my friend. Not a great month for me. December is my busiest month of the year with work, 7 birthdays and all the rest. And I've been pretty ill for 2 weeks, so not had the energy or motivation to play much. Hopefully I'll bounce back next month. AC Valhalla PS5, went to go for the auto pop for this as I had no intention of replaying it down the road. As for me, this is the second worst Assassin's Creed game, and it couldn't even do auto popping right. It took me 25 hours to get all the trophies to pop, so in the long run I saved a lot of time, but it was 24 hours more than I would have liked. Trophies randomly pop in that were not tied to the trophy, and I had to replay all of some of the DLCs, but glad it's now done. Interesting. I'm going to butcher this, aren't I? So I'm not even going to say it. Really fun Chinese mythology game. It reminds me of a linear version of Witcher or Final Fantasy. The plot's pretty straightforward, but the story is brilliant. I had lots of fun with it. The mini game Zuolu Chess, which was lots of fun. I'd highly recommend this. Devil in Me, massive Dark Pictures fan, played all the Supermassive games. This one was my least favourite, unfortunately. I think Supermassive may have overstretched themselves doing this and Quarry in the same year. Was super excited for it being a serial killer game. I love that stuff, but it was just okay, nothing special. The plot is easiest of the 4 though. Okay. Still haven't played that ordinarily. I get them at release because I do really enjoy them as well, but just again, being so busy and behind on my games, it's something that's kind of I've had to leave off for now. So what's this? Majin and the Forsaken Kingdom. I see why this is on a lot of hidden gem PS3 games. Great story, love the companion system controlling Majin. He's like your tank and magic user in one, and you're more stealthy and support. I highly recommend this as well. Frightened's very short horror game, was okay, nothing brilliant, but if you can get it for a few pounds, it's a super easy plat and has a creepy atmosphere. Jazzpunk, saw this on MC Sparky 23 list, then on a Hidden Gems video. I'm glad I played it, was laughing my head off throughout. If you like silly games like Goat Simulator, play this. And then we've got a cheeky screenshot of all of those that you've done, which is absolutely awesome. And then we're finishing off with another one from Rob just underneath there. Amazing Spider-Man PS3, fantastic game, love the story, the best Spider-Man game of the older ones. Highly recommend and look forward to playing the second game. Excellent indeed. So some of these comments as well, because there were so many, I've maybe missed a few, but if you ever see that your comment's not there, it's because we go in and generally delete them, just so we can streamline the video a little bit for the monthly review, of course. So any of these little comments you see, sorry if they're still in there, but we will just overlook them. So Master was an absolute god. This month is easy. No platinum for me, unfortunately. Witcher glitched me twice in the last mission. I have no idea what's going on, but I'll take a break for now. Yeah, that is a real shame. I'd seen you posting about that, and that's not nice. No one wants a game glitching on them, especially when it's the last mission. That's absolutely ridiculous. So Savaloni, hopefully I've said that right. With this being my first monthly platinum post, I thought I would try to get a decent number of plats this month, and somehow I was able to get 7. That's a lot more than I usually get, so yay, very well done. 7's amazing, 7 more than I got. Unpacking, previously got the PS5 version platinum, so I figured I would go back and get the PS4 version done as well. Short yet sweet game about unpacking boxes and sorting everything in place as we move into new houses as the character grows older. The Gardens Between, I enjoyed this game a lot more than I thought and loved both the gameplay and puzzles throughout. I also figured I would get both versions platinumed and enjoy my whole experience very much. Subnautica, with the PS4 version being my first ever platinum years ago, I knew I just had to replay and get the PS5 version platinumed as well. This is one of my most loved and favourite games. I love the story and all the unique fauna and leviathans. This is on my list of games I'll never get tired of playing. Interesting, I mean, I quite enjoyed it, don't get me wrong, but it's probably the first time I've heard someone speak so highly of it, which is good. I mean, I did enjoy it, I just, for whatever reason, had a few little glitches with it where kind of the environments weren't loading properly, and I got quite frustrated to the point where I ended up using the admin commands and getting the platinum as quickly as I possibly could, which is a shame because I was enjoying it. So The Sims 4, went to get the platinum for this game years ago, but sadly 2 trophies were glitched for me, and no matter what, I couldn't get it to work, so I gave up. Until I recently went and randomly checked to see if it would work now, and it finally did. 4 years later, but I'm happy I finally got the plat for it. Very well done, Savaloni, love to see it. Spirit of the North, which is a lovely little game, another somewhat short game that I really enjoyed playing. I love playing as a fox and enjoyed the gorgeous scenery and enjoyed the gameplay mechanics of being able to go into spirit mode and a lot of other things. Oh, another Subnautica game, Below Zero. So just like the first Subnautica game, I was so excited when this one came out. I literally pre-ordered the minute it was available. I never put it down for good when it came out. So, you know, I had to go back and get the PS5 version done. And I really loved and enjoyed going back and playing it all over again. I love the story and all the new fauna and leviathans compared to the first Subnautica game. Can't wait till the third one comes out. Is that, I mean, I don't know, is that something that's been announced or is that wishful thinking? I'm actually not too sure, but yeah, hopefully there is a third game for you, Savaloni. So on to MZ, just 2 plats this month, although I was trying to get 3. Uncharted The Lost Legacy, I think it's a decent standalone game in the franchise. And then we've got Sleeping Dogs Definitive Edition. I think it's a fun game where you are both a cop and triad member in Hong Kong. It's a shame that a sequel wasn't made, as I feel it would be great to continue the story. Yeah, I've heard good things about Sleeping Dogs, but it's not something that I've ever played myself. And then Dragon Dance, just a bunch of random plats this month. So what I'm going to do is we're going to bring the picture up for this one because it's hard to see. So some 100% in there with High Q Ace and the Pedestrian. We've got Pinball Heroes on both the PS4 and 5. Supersonic Acrobatic Rocket Power Battle Cars. Mouthful. But I used to love the music. Supersonic. Oh, it was unreal. Absolute classic. And this is like the Rocket League kind of predecessor. I'm sure, didn't they start with this? But it was quite fun. Need for Speed Most Wanted done. Excellent. And then there's 100% for Minecraft Set 2, Abzu. Got the platinum for Jack 3, What Remains of Edith Finch, and of course Need for Speed Unbound. It's a car game. Of course Dragon Dance has done it. Of course he is. It's all he played since it came out. 1 week, 14 hours. Well played, buddy. You know, really good month that. I do like it. So over to Motor Compa. Let's see what you've done, Thomas. Managed to get 4 platinums this month. Quite pleased with that. God of War Ragnarok was amazing, as everybody knows. Shared first place with Elden Ring for my game of the year. Hard to pick between them. Yeah, I think Elden Ring's probably third for me. If you know I was made to choose, I'm gonna say it. Horizon's still my favourite game of the year. Then God of War, then Elden Ring, and I didn't actually play that many games from brand new. So after that, it's probably going to be Stray and Gran Turismo 7. I think if I was just asked off the cuff. But as I say, you know, maybe in the next couple of days I might still look at that Game of the Year video, where I'm going to go through all of the kind of top fives that you guys have picked until we have like an overall server Game of the Year, which will probably be God of War, but you know, what the heck. Extinction had some cool ideas but was horrible to play. The character didn't want to do what I wanted him to half the time. Really frustrating game, but got through it. Biomutant was a fun little open world game. Had a nice time with it. Nothing amazing, but decent enough fun. Yeah, I agree. Sayonara Wild Hearts, man, what a game. This was amazing from start to finish. I believe this was my first ever rhythm type game, so it was pretty difficult at times, but it was still fun all the way to the platinum. Please try it out if you haven't. Amazing soundtrack as well. Probably my favourite indie game now, together with Gris. I kind of want to get the American version as well to platinum it again. I never really stacked the same game twice except from Final Fantasy VII Remake and Dragon Quest XI, so that's high praise. Wow, very, very nice, Thomas. Really, really good month from you, dude. So we've got Black Phantom. Pretty good month if I say so myself. I'm getting the last plat a few days before the end of the year with good teamwork on some online trophies was the best way to do so. With that being said, I completed the goal I set at the start of the year, 75 plats. Very nice, and I hope the next year will be even better for everyone. Dreams, a fantastic creation of a game where everyone creates their dreams and visions into a game. The sky's the limit, 6 out of 10. Murdered Soul Suspect, was thinking it could be bad since it was one of the first ever games released on PS4, but it was way better than I expected. An indie supernatural investigation game with a pretty cool story. Totally recommend it. 7 out of 10. Then we've got Infamous First Light. Came back to Seattle a few years after playing Infamous Second Son, and I gotta say that's still as amazing as I remember it, and it doesn't look bad at all. 8 out of 10. Adam's Venture, oh dear, Adam's Venture Origins, what a bad game. And it's rare I say bad things about games because I try and look for the good stuff, but yeah, Adam's Venture Origins, damn. The Uncharted Tomb Raider of the Poor, a puzzle platformer focused 100% on just that, not a single sign of combat. Overall, an okay experience, 4 out of 10. 4 out of 10, that's generous, I think, but yeah, it's not the best. The Suicide of Rachel Foster, an amazing storytelling experience that everyone should witness. A haunted hotel that you can go in almost every room. Totally recommend it. 8 out of 10. eFootball, just some clean up on a few missing trophies that I left about half a year ago. Not a football fan in general. 3 out of 10. And then we've got Tomb Raider, pretty good game that can stand up to the master of this genre, that here in the name of Uncharted. Way better than expected, to be honest. Very good gameplay, music and graphics. Can't wait to play the next two of the series. 8 out of 10. Yeah, I really enjoyed it as well. Just getting the platinum was really annoying. As you'll now know, the online, and if you use the same method, just kind of running backwards and forwards with supplies, it was just a little bit ridiculous, to be fair, but you know, it kind of is what it is. Happy New Year, everyone. Oh, Happy New Year to you too, Black Phantom. So, Ice Gordy, Gravity Rush Remastered went back, only needed the challenges, but I remember I really liked this game. Ratchet and Clank Full Frontal Assault, okay spin-off, short and easy platinum, and then Remnant from the Ashes. Underrated Souls-like, liked it a lot even though I played it solo, and you can tell most boss encounters were made for co-op. Hype for Remnant 2. Yeah, me too. Absolute hidden gem Remnant, it blew me away. Currently playing God of War Ragnarok. Elden Ring is still Game of the Year, and Hades. Hopefully I can finish them next month before Forspoken drops. Yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed, but honestly I'm so jealous of all these games that you guys have finished. It's making me seem really bad. So Alex 92 got 8 platinums this month, more than usual for me. So Crash 4, wow, very, very impressive. Very, very impressive. Crash 4, it's about time. As a Crash fan, I enjoyed most of the game. Just doing the time trials and Perfect Relics can frustrate you overall. Fun to play. God of War Ragnarok, my personal game of the year, didn't need to change much from the previous game. Storyline between Kratos and Atreus was something else, true masterpiece. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, decent campaign, nice bringing back old characters from old Modern Warfare series. Wolfenstein New Order, took me 5 years, as didn't bother with the collectibles. Good story overall, don't about going for this, or probably don't know about going for the sequel. Yeah, get Wolf 2 done, man. I mean, you've done Crash 4 now. Certainly up at a level, go for that 10 out of 10. I don't know if you've got any 10 out of 10s on your list, but yeah, let's go for, why not go for Wolf 2. Lost Words Beyond the Page, nice indie game, nothing too difficult, good storyline. Seasons After Fall, a puzzle platformer. Personally, the first few hours was alright, then after wasn't sure what to do, doesn't really tell you what to do for the objectives. And then I'm just going to bring it down a little bit so we can have a look at Wreckfest. So Wreckfest was fun, crashing to win for a change. Only problem was winning games online. Other than that, solid game. Tomb Raider again, Definitive Edition. was good story, was all right. Just the multiplayer trophies was a grind, as you know. Yeah, I do know. As for MotorStorm RC and Tabletop Racing, I platinumed these games years ago. I was just finishing off the DLCs for these games that made me done for the year. Happy hunting, folks. I like reading through that. Right, Alex, thank you very much. Yeah, we're not reading that. Just stick with Onyx. Well, what's this? I've reposted this so I can add another image, though till everything is the same, just another image and new text for the new plat. Okay, 8 plats this month. Didn't think I would get this many plats as most of the time. I'm just sat wondering what to play. Spiritfarer, this is such an amazing and cozy indie management game. There's no word in this world to show how much I recommend this game. It's just so fantastic. The music's so good, the graphics too, and the story. Oh my god, I wish I could platinum it again. Wow. High praise. Lego Jurassic World, one of the fun Lego games I've played. The Last Campfire, such a good indie puzzle game. God of War Ragnarok, holy moly, this was a really amazing game with stunning visuals in my opinion. The story was really, really good. The combat was also amazing. 100% game of the year for me. And we've got Murdered Soul Suspect. This was actually a good game. I wasn't expecting it to be that for the things I've heard. Far Cry 5, what is there to say about this game? It was the first Far Cry game I've ever played and I really enjoyed it a lot. I also have to say thanks to Bartek for the online trophies and some other miscellaneous ones. Bug Snacks are really weird but awesome game. I enjoyed running around collecting Bug Snacks like this was Pokemon. I enjoyed the characters that you met. Some of the Bug Snacks was really adorable. And then we've got, to finish off, we've got Knack 2. This was a fun game, way easier than the first one for sure. Still the collectibles are a bit RNG, where you can pick and choose what to take based on what your friends have gotten from a chest, and you only need one crystal knack, not all of them like you needed in the first one. Yeah, the first one was really, really frustrating. I've mentioned it on a few videos, but when I played it, I didn't really have anyone on my friends list, and I didn't have kind of the benefit of choosing what they'd got. So I was just getting so many duplicates. I ended up playing the game about 6 times or something. It was ridiculous, but you know, got there in the end. Sorry again for the whole clearing of the throat. It's still not perfect, but I couldn't leave the videos any longer. I was starting to get withdrawals from speaking to you guys. So we've got our very own MC Sparky 23, WRC9, decent rally game recommended to me by Dragon Dance. He also helped with the online race, which I appreciate. It's always good when you guys are helping each other out. I love to see it. Zombie Army 4 was a DLC clean up. Myself and MI8 player managed to get the 2 trophies for beating the game on Nightmare mode without wanting to tear each other's head off. Gravity Rush, I dusted off my Vita to earn the platinum for this game almost 10 years after it was given away for free on PS Plus. A good game spoiled by the Vita controls and a camera that is out to make you vomit. And I do agree with that, yeah. It's the only, I think it's the only game that's made me feel sick from being sober, which sounds crazy. I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong, I've played my computer. Often the day after a night out, and maybe it's a little hungover, and I've played some first-person shooters where it's been a little bit off. But this game actually made me sick just when I was 100% well and fit. It's yeah, it's a great game, but yeah, if you struggle with motion sickness and stuff, it's probably not for you. Siphon Filter, boy, am I stupid for playing this. I hated every minute of it. Oh dear, yeah, is it probably the controls and how it holds up now? It's probably not how you remember, is it? Pinball Heroes, this is a PSP game that has trophy support. I love pinball, but I didn't love this. A Short Hike, recommended to me by a friend who plays on PC, a charming little game that reminded me a bit of Toem and Celeste. Valentino Rossi the game. I boosted the online portion of this game with MI8 player, so thanks again for his help. Me and Mark have played a few games together now, and it's always a pleasure boosting with him as he's a good lad. The game itself wasn't too bad, but the grind at the end was a bit painful. Very nicely said that. Very nicely said. It's been a good year in the Discord, and I want to wish everyone a happy new year. Let's keep smashing it in 2023. That's awesome, Alex. Thank you for all of that. So we've got Aiden_Sam, which, if I'm not mistaken, this might be the first time you've posted as well, buddy, in the monthly collection. So 7 plats this month, 200% games. MotoGP 17, not much to say about this one. If you've done one MotoGP, you've done them all. Ice Age Scratch Nutty Adventure, a pretty bad game but quite short. Killing Floor 2 DLC map, and we've got is that Shred 2? Got this because it looked like Pumped BMX Plus from PS Plus years ago, and it was quite enjoyable. Yeah, I'm not sure if I know what that is actually. So yeah, sorry for my little pause there. I was just trying to think what game it was. Riders Republic, great game, but 50 mass races and 50 free-for-alls was way too much. Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, if you could kind of just keep going in the mass races, then no, I don't think 50 is too much at all. But the fact that they were scheduled events every 30 minutes, I think that was not nice. That, you know, that shouldn't be in there. So yeah, for anyone who's looking to play Riders Republic, as soon as you start, anytime there's a mass race available, I would probably make sure you go and do it, because it's really going to soften that end game grind. Max Payne, awesome game ruined by awful platforming. Carmageddon, fun game for a few hours, but the stuff you have to do for the trophies suck. Far Cry New Dawn, probably my least favourite Far Cry, just a bit boring. Rugby World Cup 2015, I wanted to try something a bit different, so I gave this a go. Never played or watched rugby in my life, so it was difficult at the start, but once I understood how it worked, it was easy. And we've got J 1085, a lot of backlog cleanup this month, which I'm happy about. Man Eater DLC, Gross Runner DLC, South Park funny game, and hopefully one day we'll play the Stick of Truth. The Pedestrian, good little indie game, and it's a bit of a challenge with some of the puzzles. Deliver Us the Moon, I just used a guide so I wouldn't have to do chapter select, which made it kind of boring, to be honest. Yeah, it's a shame, because I'm kind of like that sometimes. Like, you know, I do want to play it blind, but then I think I'm going to have to do another playthrough, and then you lean towards just playing it with a guide, and then maybe you ruin your experience a little bit. So yeah, it's sometimes hard getting that balance. So over to the boss, Excellence. Only one platinum this month, but what a platinum to get, am I right? So can't be too mad, as it's my 100th plat milestone. Wolfenstein 2, personally think it's an amazing FPS game, great gunplay, decent alternative history storyline. Of course, Mein Leben is the plat killer. Took me 3 weeks worth of attempts to get a full permadeath run. Good luck to anyone else who goes for it. Absolutely unbelievable work, Excellence, really respect it. Yeah, fantastic, absolutely fantastic. So what have we got from Bottyfish then? Oh, right, so the Pig D, easy scummy platinum, yeah, done that. 2 times Cuties Hacker, fun little snake-like game, no platinum but 100%. Horizon Forbidden West, very interesting story, and the ending didn't expect. Also, world itself is huge and varied with a variety of locations and biomes that are all incredibly beautiful. 100% new game plus and platinum, very nicely done. Love to see that. Of course, it's Horizon. Lizard Lady vs Cats, worst game, but it's cheaper than a Freddo, so not expecting much. Platinum 3 times, quality. Terraria DLC pack, lots of RNG and farming, for example, to get golden animals. Drops the drop rate are 1 to 200. Wow. Clean up new added DLC 100%. Killing Floor 200% DLC, new Christmas holiday map cleanup, and we've got Reed, fun little platformer like game. Yeah, I have done Reed, so yeah, I know of that one. Bunny Raiders, free platinum, not bad, just annoying trying to find the boss. What Remains of Edith Finch, very sad but beautiful story, walking simulator, story-based game. We've got Mace Tower Defense, fun little tower defense game, little challenging with that maxing tower upgrade if aiming for platinum. Magic Walk, easy platinum platform. Magic. I'm not sure where the game title stops. So what is it? Magic Walk, easy platinum platform. I don't know. Maybe you can tell me. I'm a little bit thrown off. One Night Stand, easy platinum story game. I'm wondering if that's how One Night Stand structured. Maybe it's just called Magic Walk. That would make sense. God of War 3 remastered platinum. The story is amazing, but damn, Titan mode against Hades and Zeus was a real battle. The rest wasn't that difficult. Maquette platinum. The music was interesting. Platinum wasn't that difficult, and puzzle took a couple of trial for speedrun. Cross the Moon, easy platinum. PS4, PS5. Violetti Goot, honestly one of the worst games I've ever played. Took a while to platinum. Sparrow the Dragon, platinum, fun short game. Among Us, PS5 platinum and 100%. Long grinding for 500 task trophy. Also lots of... what? I don't even know. Dreaming Sarah, PS4 platinum, weird story. Still confused about the ending. The PS5 version. And top 50 fastest completion time on PSN profile. Very nice. Spyro 2 Ripto Rage. Lots of gems collecting. Yeah, there is. Bunny Raiders PS4 North America stack. EU stack free platinum. Cutie Hacker PS4 North America stack, Biomutant PS4 and PS5 is basically Raccoon Cat Fallout. Interesting story, but lots of collectibles that took a while. Bird Game Plus Flying Simulator, fun little indie game. Did you think it was fun? I don't know, maybe it was just me, maybe I was rubbish or wasn't on form that day, but I thought Bird Game Plus was one of the worst games ever made. Just the controls didn't make sense, it felt very clunky, it wasn't really doing what I asked it to do. But yeah, it wasn't very nice. So King Shrug, probably one of the bigger months I've had. Crash Bandicoot, one of the first games I ever played. It was nice to go back and 100% it. Very well done on doing that, including Stormy Ascent. Crash Bandicoot 2, Cortex Strikes Back, most definitely the hardest out of the trilogy due to the times being more strict, the platforming being more challenging. And Crash Bandicoot Warped, also one of the first games I've ever played, and it's my favourite out of the trilogy, so I love getting 100%. Yeah, I would agree. I do like the third one. It's a really good game. God of War Ragnarok, my favourite game of the PS4, PS5 generations. Everything about it is incredible. Marvel Spider-Man, yet another great PS4 exclusive, and I love my time with it. Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, it's a fun time but has flaws. And then Uncharted Drake's Fortune Remastered. I really like this game, especially the crushing playthrough. A really solid start to the franchise, in my opinion. Yeah, if you did enjoy it, maybe go for that 100% as well, and maybe look at Brutal, because it does kind of change the way you have to play the game. But yeah, I would definitely recommend going for that 100%. Hurricane 1997, 8 plats for this month. Far Cry 3 was my 20th plat milestone. Well done on the milestone, Hurricane. So Far Cry 3 Classic Edition, 36 Fragments of Midnight, Telling Lies. We've got Bug Snacks, Among Us, Midnight Deluxe, Deliver Us the Moon, and The Gardens Between. So a nice little mixture. Very, very good month, Hurricane. Very, very good month. So Rushy Rocker 1. I doubt I'll be getting any more platinums this year, but finally got 100 plats for the year and 150 milestone with COD World at War. Very, very nice, especially with that World at War platinum. We know all about the frag grenades. Am I right? How annoying. Yeah, I did do World at War back in the day. So annoying. Like 50 million grenade indicators on screen at once. So annoying. Super happy to get 4 games cleaned up this month in World at War, Brink, Infinite Warfare, and ACB on the PS3. Love the games I've played this month, and now time to think of what my goals will be for next year, which I know a lot of you guys have been talking about as well. I know there was a 2023 goals channel made in the server, which was awesome, and a lot of you guys have been chucking everything forward for what you hope to do over 2023. So hopefully you guys can achieve what you've put in place for yourselves. So we've got our very own Molly. So all of you guys have smashed it again this month. Super proud. Among Us was a DLC cleanup. So a very, very good month there, Molly, with The Complex, Who Pressed Mute on Uncle Marcus, which I've never heard of. The Walking Dead Michonne, which was a 100%. Moving Out. We've got Among Us there, PS4 and PS5. Which, as Molly said, was DLC cleanup anyway. Goat Simulator 3, which I do need to play. I had a lot of fun with the first one. And then we've got Lego Batman 2 DC Superheroes. So a cracking month for yourself, Molly. That was brilliant. And we've got Flick, just 1 plat, but 200% also. So Spellbreak and Journey with 100%. And then you've got the platinum there for Destroy All Humans, Clone Carnage. Very, very well done, Goran. Absolute legend. And then we've got Odin, which I'm just going to bring up the picture. Apologies to you guys, depending on what device you're watching it on. If it's a little bit small, I want to try and bring out the platinum. So Atari Flashback Classics Volume 1, which is a crazy ultra rare at 0.94%. Back for Blood done, which is awesome. Call of Duty Vanguard done. Killing Floor 2, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Far Cry 3 Classic Edition, and of course Gotham Knights. So yeah, very, very good month for Odin there. And got Wesley, bit of a slow month because I was not playing that much. However, still got 3 games and finished the Crash franchise. Awesome. Crash 4 personal difficulty 7.5 out of 10. Wow, you must just be an absolute god. But very, very well done on doing Crash 4. Enjoyment 10 out of 10. I decided to put the difficulty down as the time trials, inverted gems and flashback relics were pretty easy. Main game was a fun experience, getting all gems was pretty easy. Platinum relics felt more like the gold relics of Crash 1 and 2, with only 4 for 38 being actually hard to get the platinum relics on. Inverted gems are a piece of cake. Flashback tapes are also easy, with only the last 2 being a normal difficulty. Insanely perfect relics are where it becomes hard, but still not hard enough for an 8 out of 10, as only 7 of 38 were actually hard to complete. Crash Team Racer Nitro Fueled as well, wow, so you're giving that a 6 out of 10 with an 8.5 out of 10 enjoyment. This is my first ever racing game, wow, and you've done that, that's impressive. Wow, getting 100% in adventure mode was like a 2 out of 10. Hard mode was more of a 4 out of 10 thanks to the final race against Oxide. And Entropy Trials were a 3 out of 10, easier than hard mode for some reason in my opinion. Nitrous Oxide Trials were also not too bad. I kept being 3 to 6 seconds faster than him. I even beat an Emperor Velo time while racing against Oxide. The only hard races for me were Crash Cove and Deep Sea Driving. That's very impressive, because I mean, not to bring it back to me, but I play a lot of racing games and I'm actually struggling with Crash Team Racing. I don't know if there's something that I'm missing, but yeah, very, very well done if you've breezed it. That's amazing work. And then Minecraft Dungeons, personal difficulty 1.5 out of 10, enjoyment 7 out of 10. Fun game, we'll speak more about it when I get the 100%. Have a wonderful day and see you next year. You certainly will. John Zia _07 played some amazing games this month. The Brawlhalla grind is unreal and will take up most of my gaming time in January. So what have we got done then? So we've got Lost Legacy done, which is a great game. You've done Rift Apart, which is amazing. Marvel Spider-Man, Brawlhalla, and then of course Siphon Filter. So a very, very nice month for you, John Zia. Love to see it. Hopefully another great month incoming for you. So we've got Griff, which I'll bring the picture up for you guys again because I think it might be a bit small. So Griff has done Pinball Heroes on both the PS4 and PS5. Griff's done Far Cry New Dawn. I always struggle out to say this. Someone did tell me and I just started mocking it, didn't I? Going, yes. So yeah, I can't remember how it was told to me, how it said, so we'll just say Lacrimosa of Dana. Let's go with that. So that's done by Mutants, done What Remains of Edith Finch, Killing Floor 2, Balan Wonderworld, Hades, and we've got Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Griff, you are an absolute beast. I mean, how do you get the time to do all these? It's insane. And then I'll leave that on the screen for a second if you guys do want to have a little look at the kind of before and after there for Griff, where he's just absolutely smashing it. Ridiculous. 316th in the UK, you know, and somehow managing to go up 2 places, even though people are smashing out these, you know, these grubby games. So on to next, right. Said I was going to do a 25 plats of Christmas challenge. Must have said it too many times in the mirror because someone definitely had it out for me. I immediately got taken out by a 3-week-long cold that I'm just about recovering from, but on the plus side, next month is set up to be a very plat heavy month now. I hope so, and I hope you're, you know, better now, because there is certainly something going around. I mean, I'm completely fed up. I've been ill now since, I don't even know when it was September sometime. I get a cold, I get rid of it, I get it back, I get rid of it, you know, and it's been ongoing, and it is really, really frustrating because it puts a hold on things like this when I really want to try and push the channel. But yeah, what have we got then? So also 90% of these I deserve to be torn to shreds for the hashtag roast me Jeff Senpai style, but Stormboy was a legitimately awesome game and I will die on this hill. Stormboy was quite cute, wasn't it? I didn't mind it. I thought it was pretty cool. So I'm going to enlarge it as well. I'm going to bring it up big next so the whole world can point and laugh. Stormboy, yeah, because of doing the review, yeah. So I was thinking the jumping Choco Santa again, but of course I did the trophy list review and just got it in time to be able to see this. So Jumping Choco Santa, the Sheep Quiz, Goosebumps the Game, Telling Lies, Christmas Run, and The Gardens Between. It's not that bad. I'm not going to roast you too much. But no, I'm looking forward to seeing what you do in January, if it's going to be a very plat heavy month. So that will be really good to see. So hacks, not that much, as I played an almost 70-hour game of zombies, but maybe January will be better. Let's get this one enlarged as well, and we'll try and work out the platinum. So we've got Ratchet and Clank, Hello Neighbor 2, Bug Snacks in there, Resident Evil 3, Psychonauts 2, Back for Blood, wow, Killing Floor 2, Resident Evil 2, Gotham Knights, Modern Warfare 2 and Psychonauts. So it's an incredible month really, considering you've played, you know, like you say, an almost 70-hour game of zombies. Yeah, it's a great month. What do you mean not that much? That's a great month, Hacks. I wish my month looked like that. Safricot, here he is, the legend. 10 plats this month. DLC cleanups highlighted in red. You all got great plats this year. Everyone really has. They really, really have. So what have we got in terms of the platinums? Then we'll look at the platinums only here, because again, I'm conscious of, you know, how many people have posted. It's going to be a longer one, isn't it? So Evil West, Doom 3, Cult of the Lamb. We've got Little Hope in there, Jedi Fallen Order, So the Darkest of Times, the Callisto Protocol, Adventure Time, Darksiders Genesis, and Crash 4 as well. Wow, an unbelievable month. And then look at those DLC cleanups as well. So that is it's very impressive, very, very impressive. And if we were doing the leaderboards, you'd probably win again, wouldn't you, Safricot? Right, so Visitor, reposting as I somehow managed to get a platinum I've been working on but thought was out of reach before the end of the month. This means I've met most of my December goals, and more importantly, I've earned enough plats to get back on that spreadsheet. Oh, the spreadsheet doesn't exist now. It will. It'll be back. It'll be back. We'll get to that. So I am sorry. 2 Point Campus, this game is fun, addictive, and the humour is fantastic. Highly recommend if you like management style games. Back for Blood, I know it wasn't well received, but I love this game. Was a big Left 4 Dead fan back in the day, and this ticked all the boxes for me. I'd hoped to have the 100% done, but real life got in the way. And we've got Civilization 6. This game is a lot of fun, even if I did use cheese tactics wherever possible. Delivers the Moon, much better and more exciting than I was expecting. Also my first Game Club Game of the Month completion. Very, very well done. And apologies about the spreadsheet as well, because I know you've worked very hard there. So Cicero, the Trophy Jester, Far Cry Primal. Looks like the only plat this month. I had such a fun experience with it. The story was fun, the collectibles were fun, the grinding was kind of meh, but overall I wish there was more of the game to play. Is it a fun platinum? Yeah, I think you'll have some fun doing it, although the grinding will bring the fun a tad bit down. I'd say the overall experience was really good. Okay, we've got Unknown. I did God of War Ragnarok this month. The boss fights are no joke, man. So much rage quits. And yeah, you might be asking why I did do the PS4 stack. You don't want to know because you know the answer. I plan on it being my 400th. So, and I'm assuming you've maybe played it on, what's it called? Give Me God of War, maybe, or something like that. If you're saying it was, if it was rage inducing. I played it on Give Me Story or whatever it's called, just because the game is so heavy on the narrative. I don't want to be, you know, dying over and over and just losing immersion. With this kind of game, I want it all to flow. So yeah, I do tend to play these kind of games on the lower difficulties. I'm playing enough hard games to kind of justify doing that, I think. So we've got James R921. So this month consisted of 4 platinums and 200% cleanups in Ghost of Tsushima, which is amazing. And then we've got Deliver Us the Moon. We've got Lake, It Takes Two, and Plague Tale Requiem. So very, very, you know, good month there, James. That's really good. Liner Beast, last plats of 2022. Gran Turismo 7, beautiful game, one of the best racing games I've ever played. Might be my game of the year. Very nice. Detroit Become Human, 43, or 43rd plat, sorry. This game was in my backlog for 3 years, back when I wasn't into playing story games or going for trophies, but oh man, what a game. Great story, did a blind playthrough first and then checked the guide for the trophies. It can be tedious, but it's not that bad. And then we've got Sturzy, 9 platinums and 200%. Some people maybe react grub on my post, but after glitchy trophies in a game last month, I wanted to get my milestones and then play Christmas games, and then I noticed a few games on my pass. So what have we got? Pinball Heroes on PS4 and 5, The Pedestrian done twice, Bunny Raiders, Santa's Christmas Adventure, Santa's Workshop on both the PS4 and 5, Christmas Break Head to Head, Christmas Break, and then Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Decent little month. I'm not going to name call Adam, you know, we're not going to chuck the word grub in there. You know, I quite like it. I like those Christmas themed games, you know, because of the time of year it is. It's really cool. Zoltan 8212, bit of a slow month. Need for Speed Unbound, best Need for Speed game in a while without question. Hopefully they keep letting Criterion do their thing. The Callisto Protocol, I was really excited for this one. Unfortunately it fell short for me. I enjoyed my first playthrough, but the second made all of its issues come to light. I hope they can improve on it with a sequel, but it just made me want to play Dead Space in the end. Spider-Man Remastered, not much to say. Spider-Man is great. The new face was a bit jarring. Yeah, I don't get it. Why change the face? It just, why? I don't know. It's a bit funny, isn't it? MI8 player, the legend. 2 plats this month, been ill for over half the month and had 2 days off work all month. Valentino Rossi, first bike racing game, enjoyed it. Will definitely do more in the future. Thanks to my boy MC Sparky23 for the online boost. Hawken 100% boost and Zombie Army free DLC cleanup. SteamWorld Heist, fun for the most part until the 8-hour RNG grind for the last item. 505 ultra rares with this platinum. Wow, very nice. Been a great 6 months in the server. Trophy family, happy new year, and can't wait to see what you're all up to in 2023. That's amazing, that, Mark. Loved reading that. Then we've got Raymondo. So is it Killing Floor 2 was just DLC, ended the month on only 2 plats, but at least this year I did the most plats out of any other. Going to finish some of the ones in this screenshot and soon, along with other goals. So let's have a quick look. So yeah, Killing Floor 2, Returnal, God of War Ragnarok. Very, very nice month that, Ray. Really, really good. SoundCloud 1985, so we've got Deliver Us the Moon, The Artful Escape, Foreclosed, Siphon Filter 2, Stray, and Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. Very, very nice month that, SoundCloud. Respect it. We've got Raven's Code. I didn't get to play much this month, only 4 plats. Skyrim and Sniper Ghost are just DLCs. My rescued kitten passed away, so it was a bit, I'm so sorry, Raven's Code. My condolences. I'm a huge cat person, so, well, I'm a huge animal person. They're better than people. So yeah, I'm really, really sorry to be reading this, and I hope you're okay. So you didn't get to play much. Hopefully the new year will bring us some great moments. Hopefully, and yeah, like I say, I hope you're doing okay, buddy. If you ever want to chat, I'm here. Catlord 732. This is going to be a long one, probably the longest ever. Is it going to be longer than Rob? Have we got another storyteller in our hands? So I've had a lot of time this month, as you can see, and I loved a lot of what I've played. Batman Arkham City. I enjoyed the main game as I'd finally got good at the Batman combat, and I loved seeing my hard work come together like that. But the DLC was mostly just repetition with a few RNG levels, at least the way I was doing them. Lego Marvel Superheroes, I think it has the superior plot compared to the other Lego Marvel games, but its hub world was draining. No DLC though, so bonus. Yeah, I agree. Assassin's Creed Syndicate, this game could have been so much better, but it wasn't a bad platinum aside from destroying 5,000 objects. Spent half an hour driving around aimlessly. DLC was surprisingly good. I would also agree. Heavenly Bodies, playing on Newtonian realist physics got me really annoyed at some points, but going back through unassisted was somehow really calming and fun. Uncharted 3, plot was out the window with this game, but I enjoyed the set pieces and I could cheese brutal again, so it wasn't as bad as 2. Mafia 1, really enjoyed the story, but that race and classic, need I say more? Plus collectibles took so long. So did you struggle with the race? I mean, I'd heard a lot about it, and I did it first go and was miles ahead. I think if you're experienced at driving games, it just comes naturally. But yeah, apparently a lot of people do struggle with it. But I thought it was very easy. So yeah, there's a couple of trophies like that. Flappy Goat's always one that comes to mind that people really struggle with, and I did that straight away. So I mean, I don't know. I suppose we're all different and what we find easy. Days Gone, I enjoyed playing on Survivor, but I need to go back for the challenges and New Game Plus. Also, half the story could have probably been cut and barely anything changes. Sonic Frontiers, my first Sonic game, but it was kind of repetitive. Reveal Island, do main quest, see side quest repeat, not a bad game though. And Lego Marvel Superheroes 2, enjoyed the open world, but damn level cleanup and the challenges would have put me to sleep if it weren't for me racing to get it done. Yeah, the second Marvel Superheroes game, I enjoyed it, but the open world stuff with all the challenges and stuff all over the map was just absolutely ridiculous. Sorry this is so long, but might as well. Nothing to apologise for. This is what I ask of people, so I do encourage it. But yeah, very, very good month. Absolutely unbelievable, to be fair. And that actually closes kind of all the submissions So yeah, an unbelievable month from everyone who's submitted in the monthly platinum collections. I can't wait to see kind of what's going to happen from here. I know ordinarily, as I've said a couple of times throughout the video, we'd move on now to, you know, the leaderboards, but I have been speaking with Leggy, obviously Legmundo, as you guys know. He has had a lot of real life stuff going on, as all of us do, and he's been very busy. He's not been able to put the spreadsheet together just yet, so rather than waiting until he could, and the video for December being even, you know, more delayed, I thought we would just look at doing it without, because kind of as it stands, no one can catch Safricot anyway in terms of the leaderboards, so they are officially the early champ. I still haven't quite decided what we're going to do for Safricot for achieving it, but again, we did start this part way through the year. It was kind of sort of improvised a little. It was kind of off the cuff. When now we've got a full year to do it, where Safricot's going to take over. You know, as I did say, you can maybe put your own spin on it and different format. The points could work in different ways. You know, the way the points are earned could be different. I know when Leggy was doing it, he was doing it on 3 sections: number of plats, the average rarity, and then the rarest platinum. You know, you could stick with that, you could do something different. I'm kind of really interested to see where you go with it. But no, Safricot, unbelievable, you know, year really, as everyone has had. But yeah, absolutely raced away with the games that you were doing. It was absolutely unreal. But yeah, I've had a right good old waffle. I'm glad my voice has held up, because I felt it a few times, you know, like as if it was ready to go. So yeah, hopefully now I don't get a cold again a week after I've got rid of it, like it's happened 3 or 4 times in the past couple of months. That would be quite nice, because I want to get back to some consistency, you know, as well as doing the trophy list reviews. We're going to look at some different kinds of videos now, really try and push things. As you guys seen yesterday, streaming on Twitch, and maybe going to do a few more videos like that, or live streams should I say, even doing it on YouTube as well. Just try and increase that exposure. Why not? Of course we will. Yeah, other than that, I hope, as always, you've enjoyed it. Hopefully, fingers crossed. You know, it felt good to be back and talking about video games and you know, just discussing what I love. It really is great. If you've enjoyed it, give it a cheeky like. You know, I love to see it. If you haven't already, please drop me a sub. It would help me out a lot. Leave some comments about the games you're seeing, about things I might have got wrong. If you want to have a little discussion about that, that'd be awesome. I love engaging in the comments. But yeah, other than that, whatever you're doing, look after yourself, stay safe, and I will see you in the next one.